Don't feel alone in this story. I'm sure many who watch us now live the same conflict as you. Yes, people who need to love themselves offer more to be able to offer others. Cultivation, you know? The love that is that. It is you to offer yourself a better cultivation. It is you to allow themselves to experience beauty through a book, through a good movie, through good conversation. Because sometimes we think, oh, I need to love myself. I think I need to go to the salon, dye my hair, buy clothes. No, it's not that. It can also be. No problem. But the exercise of self-love, he goes all over what we offer ourselves intellectually. And when I speak intellectually, think about the sentimental dimension, because we don't think about the disconnected intellect of emotions. When I think of my self-love, I think of the good book I am reading, the good influences I am intended, allowing, in the picture I contemplate, the good music that I listen to. This is all self-love. Or in the rest I program, or the meeting that I landmark to be with the people I love, that do me good. This is self-love. And there you donate yourself. There you live the other dimension. That's why I say, there is no self-love in itself. He always makes me naturally available to the other. It is cyclical. I give myself, I offer myself, and naturally offer the other. The other we get. Come back to me, and so let's go. Recycling the loves, recycling the experiences that mature us. That's it, my people. Maturity is a process of every day, all the time. And may God bless us in this project. Because after all, what Jesus did, all the time he went through, was to mature the hearts that were before him. That with us is the Same have always believed that bad things are the result of thought, negative feelings that feed soul and body, which we often attract miseries according to our attitudes, since we are responsible for our actions and thoughts. I would like you to be able to clarify me better on this subject, because to me, it seems pure theater, those scenes I see, where people throw themselves on the floor, shout in the name of God, and perform the healing of evil. I'm sorry, Father, if I look skeptical, but God's manifestation to me is far from it. A big hug, and may God continue to illuminate your way, always. You see, the devil has many instruments these days. It is you having the whole body possessed. And then you remember those images of the movie The Exorcist, when the girl is with the body possessed by the devil. Okay, that's a horrible manifestation, right? You have a physical manifestation of this devil. Now, my daughter, much more than worrying about this rarer physical possession, is to think about the possession that the devil can make of our head. And for that, no one is saved. I am the sexton there from the church. Beware. The sexton can be devilish. I am the priest of the parish. Beware, the priest may be devilish, as when it allows the mentalities that cause disharmony to be present within it. When you realize that you are becoming an instrument of discord, unloving, violence, lies, injustice, care, you may be being taken, you are being an instrument of the devil in the world. And we realize that too much. Sometimes we live with people who are extremely diabolical. Where they arrive, they can sour the environment they arrive. Don't you know people like that? Where she puts her foot, there comes the bad mood, the fear, the ugly face, the fallen pussy, the spirit of pork, which we talk here from time to time. So we have to be careful, because we can become like that. Unlike that person who has peace, love, people want to be close to her all the time. Know that she is a person who will be unable to do harm. It is very pertinent to your question, which I would like you to be careful to be able to analyze with me now. When you say you don't believe in possession, you talk from what you have seen. These rough examples we sometimes see, amid ourselves, sometimes in our communities. prayer groups of charismatic renewal. When you say you don't believe in these demonstrations, you are not even having so much problem. The problem is to deny the existence of the devil. We cannot deny existence of the devil, even because there are some spiritual masters who say that one of the world's greatest tricks in the world is precisely to make people not believe it exists. Because when we don't believe it exists, it ends up having a lot of chance in our lives because we don't precarious, don't we? When we relativizes the presence of the other, we give the other the right to act. And if we keep care, the other will be under our observation. So you see, deny the existence of the devil we cannot? It would be absurd on our part. The devil exists. It is grounded in Scripture. Now, if you do not believe what you see in terms of possession, I also think there are a lot of exaggerations. Many times, what we see are crises of hysterism. People who want to draw attention. And I have already followed this a lot, because my story within charismatic renewal gave me the opportunity to witness many facts like that. The best way to get attention is to get sick, is to jump from this time from the floor and everyone runs. Does something. Often, people are very needy and do these demonstrations, much more to supply a desire to be seen. The fact is that there are possessions that the church recognizes which truly happen. They are few, but they are recognized. And what do I think of all this? That we need to be very careful all over since we partner with what is diabolical. When you realize that you are accepting what is diabolical within you, above all, mentality is a dangerous thing. When we often have a relativism with Christian values, with family values, with human values, often, the devil acts on this relativism. Oh, it is not important to be faithful. There is no problem that we jump around once and then. Yes, it is problematic to be unfaithful. Yes, it's sad that we betray the people we love. It is not normal that everyone. Sometimes we hear, oh, we can no longer hold our young people. They are very early discovering life. Beware, this is relativism. We have religious relativism when people often want God, but they do not want the commitments that are born from this partnership with Him. We want to live a religion, but that does not compromise. That does not change our lives. I want to continue to be a Christian, but I don't want God to come into absolutely anything from my life. This is relativism. That's where the devil acts. And we need to be very careful that we don't slow down to their tricks. I like the definition that the devil is an angry dog that is tied. He can't get to me, but he can bark and seduce me so that I get to him. I see this all the time, my people. The addiction is like this. I never saw a bottle of whiskey running after someone. Drink me, drink me, drink. No. Now, I see people heading to the whiskey bottles, asking for a dose. I have never seen a cigarette trying to seduce a smoker around the corner. Smoke me, right? No. I am the one who seeks everything that destroys me. And you see the devil's seduction, she is very big. And when I speak devil, I want you to think not only in that horn that comes in our head, but all that is diabolical in the world. All that breaks the harmony of life. The devilish is what breaks the harmony of life. One word can be diabolical between mother and son. A damn word can be diabolical between husband and wife. Why? Because it breaks harmony. We need to be very careful with the music we listen to. I was paying attention, because when we go to a place where everyone listens to music and feels right to put the music at the time they want, you end up having to listen to the neighbor's music. And I confess to you that I was listening to some things there. I kept thinking, my God, how can a woman have the courage to sing what she is singing? Because she is totally banal in the lyrics she is singing. Doesn't she have more lovers to be able to make a speech like that? Poetry is far away. There is no beauty in the letter. What exists, I say, rough language of a woman who is assuming herself an object for the one she sings. This is diabolical. Do you know why it's diabolical? Because this song can get on the radio that plays in your house and your girl, you did everything for her to be a girl of character, a girl who loves herself, At 6 years, she begins to hear it, begins to learn, and then begins to reproduce. This is diabolical. When you realize that what it is not good goes into your home and breaks the harmony you wanted so much for your home. And that's where we need to be very careful. Beware of the internet of our children, because the devil may be going through that instrumental. I always find myself thinking that I never found a person who will really love me. And with that comes the self-esteem below. I think people will never find me beautiful. And I suffer from it, Father. What can I do? My daughter, the reading we make of us is absolutely important for us to receive the reading that the other makes of us. It would be very cruel on my part to expect the other to offer me what is my obligation to offer me. So sometimes, Emanuele, we have difficulty continuing life. It is because we are expecting the other to bring us, that the other prepares us what we should prepare. So what is the first reality to be healed? Take a distance from your father and mother's marriage that it didn't work out and try to understand that it is not a rule for you. Because sometimes when I see the failure of my parents' marriage, I naturally think that mine will also be a failed experience, because it is the closest example we have of us. So you need to wash this dirty clothes. We need to reorient this vision. Yes, that's right. I will always be easier to interpret the world from what is being offered to me. So I interpret the wedding from the closest wedding I have. If my father and mother didn't work out, I have to think that weddings will all be like theirs. And not. Allow this one for other models that work. Without the romantic vision, please. Marriage can only work as we fight daily for it. And they lived happily ever after. There is no such thing. No. And after you can have a vision that corresponds to reality, you work with the possibility that you also experience this in your life to love it. Is possible to be loved is also possible. It's the first love we experience, isn't it? The first love I experience is not for the other. It is for me. So much so that this is also part of maturity. When you are able to give up that excess love for you, who is proper to the child, because the child is not able to divide, he has no emotional, affective, cognitive maturity to be able to give himself to someone, so she is immature, and her right to be immature because she is in that phase. But as she grows up, she realizes that she can offer herself to others, that she does not only need to receive self-esteem. Is the balance of what you... Self-esteem is never a lonely love. The love I have for me is always in sharing with each other. But I have to have love for me. Because otherwise, I keep donating myself without offering myself. And then, of course, I'm creating a collapse for me. This is why maturity, it leads me to understand that in the exercise of self-love, I learn to love the other. And then also in the exercise of love to each other, I end up coming back to the love I need to have for myself. Emmanuel, this cure is not just you who need. Don't think it's just you who suffer from this discouragement. No, many of us suffer from this discouragement. Or many of us experience this failure, not being sufficiently loved by us. Yes. I need to love the being that I am on. Loving me means reconciling my limits, knowing all mine or everything I can of my weaknesses, which I sometimes can't know everything. But the most I can know of these weaknesses, so I can get wide them, for may they play in my favor. Yes, that even my fragility, if she is under my domain, she favors me. It's like I said at the beginning of the program, there are restrictions that enable I am made possible when I live the restrictions sincerely, honestly, fairly. So the experience of loving yourself is your first homework. And then, of course, you will throw away this pessimism that can have, yes, a consequence of your parents' unhappiness. We absorbed so much from others, right? All the time of people who pass me say what is alkaline and what is acidic. All the time is offered to me. Now the problem is when I offer myself acidic feeling, when I offer myself the pessimism that deprives me to growth. So every day there is no rest. It is daily. No romantic vision, please. God does not come to do for us. The other will not do for us. It is me and you. We are the ones who have to do this exercise of choosing the alkaline daily, the feeling that purifies us, that maintains our health, and that is giving us conditions to go forward, to overcome obstacles, because this is how it is worth life. It is difficult for all of us. I experience a difficult phase, and I am learning from her. I want to learn from her, because otherwise this phase, she will only hurt me. And it's not fair. We are all in the same boat, see? Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey at Path of Faith. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content like this.